What's up, everyone? It's the Jersey Sports Guys here. I'm Kyle.
I'm Aaron.
And today, as you know, last week we did the NFC standings or predictions. We're going to do the AFC today. And you're probably thinking, on a Tuesday? Me and Aaron decided with COVID-19 and everything, we're going to do 2 episodes a week now.
Yep, that's the new game plan. So we're gonna do it on one on Tuesday and one on Friday. Now,
All right, Aaron, let's start it off with the AFC East. Who do you got?
all right. So I'll do all mine. I got the Bills at 10-6, the Patriots at 9-7, the Jets at 8-8, and the Dolphins at 6-10.
All I got to say is, Aaron, you believe in Jarrett Stidham just like I do. I agree. Bills. I have the Bills 10-6, the Patriots 9-7, the Dolphins 6-10, and the Jets. I'm sorry, New York fans, you guys got a really tough schedule, 4-12.
See, I think all right. Let's talk about the Bills first. I think they still have a very good defense, and their offense got an upgrade, and they put some pressure on Josh Allen by drafting Jacob Eason.
Jake
So,
Fromm.
oh yeah, Jake Fromm. I keep getting confused with them. All right, yeah, but they got him, and they also got Epineza, who just fell right to them in the second round. So,
Yeah, I think their defense is going to be amazing again. They got some weapons. They still got Cole Beasley, one of the most underrated receivers. John Brown, who I think was really good last year. And obviously, the newest and biggest steal in that trade with the Vikings, Stephon Diggs. I think
yep.
Allen's going to be great. I think Singletary's going to take a big step. And I think Dawson Knox, their tight end, is going to be a sleeper in fantasy this year.
It's a bold prediction. All right, now to the Patriots. I have them at 9-7 because Stidham, he's on test. He's probably going to make some mistakes, but with Belichick there, you can really never count them out.
It's Belichick. They went defense, defense, defense. They got a great offensive line. They got Edelman still there. They got Michelle, White, Burkhead. They got a running back. I think Stidham's going to do better than expected because, once again, as we know, and I told you, Belichick likes developing quarterbacks, and he had Stidham set under a year for Brady. He believes in him. He has Brian Hoyer there to mentor him. I think he's actually going to play really well.
Yep. Now we'll go on to the Jets. I have them at 8-8. I know you have them at 4-12, but they upgraded their offensive line in the draft, and I think they do have They got a good wide receiver in the first round, and Crowder, he's still a good receiver, so I think they're gonna have a decent year.
My big thing is the defense is good, but it has to stay healthy. CJ Mosley has to stay healthy this year. They need production out of Quinnen Williams. Marcus May has to step it up. Brian Poole has to step it up. They definitely have players that have to step it up. And my other issue on the offense, I do think Mims was a great pick. Crowder's a good number 2. Tight end, Chris Herndon hasn't lived up to it yet. Their line got a little bit better, still not good enough. Imagine if they still had Kelechi Osemele and didn't let him go for stupid reasons. But Bell's going to be better. They got Frank Gore to help mentor. And the one issue, though, Sam Darnold. He's good. He just hasn't stayed healthy for 16 games yet. And I don't
Yeah.
think he's going to.
I don't know. I feel like, with that a little bit upgraded offensive line, I think, he can be a little better protected and maybe stay a little more healthy.
Yeah, I hope so. He's a
All
good
right.
player.
Yep. Now into the Dolphins. We both had them at 6-10. So, I mean, you got Tua there. We don't know if he's going to start or not. Probably not. He's probably going to sit for a little bit.
From Fitzpatrick, I would, because
Yep.
let him heal a little bit, make sure he's fully healthy, and the offensive line isn't fully attached yet or ready to go and help
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, Austin Jackson's going to need some time to, get used to the NFL and develop. So, I mean, their defense, they're pretty good, the defense. But the offense, the receivers aren't great.
I mean, no offense to what's it called? Preston Williams was a beast as a rookie last year. He comes back.
Yeah.
And the most underrated receiver in the NFL, the only person that destroyed Stephon Gilmore last year, Devontae Parker, I think is going to be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, he's going to be great. But, we got to see how their receivers take some steps. And Mike Gesicki's a pretty solid tight end.
He's just got to step it up a little more.
Yeah.
And it was I like the trade with the 49ers to get Matt Breida, him and Kalen Ballage.
Yeah, that was a good trade.
And obviously, I like Brian Flores. I think he's doing a great thing in Miami. And I love how he went with the defense. The defense could be top 10 this year.
That's a bold prediction. Yeah, Brian Flores even said he doesn't think he's going to start Tua.
I don't think it's the smart decision, especially like since Corona rookie mini camp didn't happen. So Tua's not going to be in the system for that long before week 1. And Fitzpatrick, a guy who's a genius, who's already been in it for a year, I think you got to play him.
Yeah, at least half the season he's probably going to play.
Yeah, I'm just hoping by week 13 Tua's in, so we can see a Joe Burrow versus Tua Tagovailoa match.
Yeah, that would be a good matchup. All right, now onto the AFC West. All right, I'll go. It's probably not the first team in the division in the AFC West. I mean, it's probably expected. I got the Chiefs at 13-3, the Broncos at 10-6, the Chargers at 8-8, and the Raiders at 6-10.
Oh, Aaron, we're almost identical.
Wow.
I have slight differences. I have the Chiefs 12-4. Obviously, I think they're going to get the number 1 seed. Them and the 49ers again. I think the second seed is going to be the 9-7 Denver Broncos. Then the 8-8 Chargers and the 6-10 Raiders. We seem to agree on most of it.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Drew Lock. I think John Elway finally hit on a quarterback, and he's going to do great with KJ Hamler, Cortland Sutton, Deshaun Hamilton, Jerry Jeudy, Noah Fant, Phillip Lindsay, and like Melvin Gordon. He's got a ton of weapons.
Yeah, their offense is really good. You know, their defense is also good now. I mean, they got Von Miller, Justin
Simmons, Chubb.
Yeah. Yep, their defense is good. The Chiefs, you know, they got Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, you know, they're going to lead that offense.
Mahomes.
Mecole Hardman had a breakout year.
They got a new running back. I love Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think he's perfect with Damian Williams. The only issue is the line isn't 100% there, but it's a pretty solid line. I mean, Travis Kelce's going to be good. The defense will be okay. I think Tyrann Mathieu will be amazing again.
Yep.
Juwan Thornhill will be really good again. And
Rashad Breeland, he's a pretty solid corner.
And they got what's his face, Chris Jones back on a franchise tag, so he should be good this year.
Yep. The Chargers, I have them at 8-8. You know, their defense I think is very good now, but their offense, you know, depending on who's going to start, Herbert or Taylor, probably Taylor. They have to produce.
Yeah, I think it has to be Tyrod Taylor. Herbert's not ready to play. He's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. He's not ready to play. And Tyrod Taylor, who's been a starter, who brought the Buffalo Bills to the playoffs. He's a playoff quarterback. Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Hunter Henry, Austin Eckler. They got the guy from UCLA who's going to be a good second running back, I think. Because Eckler won't be a workhorse, but he'll definitely be a receiving back. The line's better. They got Bulaga and Try Turner. Yeah, the right side is amazing. They got a center. They have Forrest Lamp. It's definitely an improved team. It's just that division with Denver and the Chiefs. It's hard to win games.
Yeah, I have them like I said. I have them winning. You know, some games, but you know, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs.
No, I think they'll be in contention for the 7th seed, but I don't think they'll get it.
Yeah. Onto the Raiders. You know, they got Henry Ruggs, which we'll see how he does. He's a speed demon, but you know, we'll see how he produces. But the rest of the receivers, you know, they got Nelson Aguilar, who is
Tyrell Williams, who was a little disappointing last year.
Yep.
But they do got that breakout in Darren Waller, who had a great year last year, and then obviously Josh Jacobs is a star.
Yep. But, you know, their defense is a little shaky. Jonathan Abram, he got hurt last year, so we'll see how.
Didn't get to play. Yeah, we get to see him this year. It's going to be interesting to see if they play him at safety or linebacker, because he was, in preseason last year, he was taking snaps at both.
Yeah, I think they're going to play him mostly at safety because they just got Corey Littleton, too, so.
Ooh, Corey Littleton's going to be a really good inside linebacker for them.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, they got Max Crosby. Nobody expected him to be really good last year.
Yeah.
And they got Clement Farrell, who was okay last year. He needs to step it up this year.
Yep. They also just got Damon Arnett out of the draft, who, you know, we'll see how he does. He was a little early, but, you know.
I definitely agree. He was I would have taken Trayvon Diggs over him.
Yeah.
Same thing I would have taken my boy from Miami, Christian Wilkins, the GOAT, over Clement Farrell last year.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah, I know that. I think Clement Farrell was a little early last year, too. All right.
Yeah.
That's it for the AFC West. We're now on to the AFC South. At the first top team in the AFC South, I got the Titans at 10-6, the Texans at 9-7, Colts at 6-10, and the Jags at 4-12.
This is where mine gets a little. I have the Titans for the fourth year in a row going 9-7 and leading the division. I have the
Wow.
Texans at 9-7, but second place in the division. I have the Colts at 6-10, and it pains me to say this about my homie. I love you, Gardner Minshew. I love you. I hope you dominated this year, but I have you guys at 5-11.
Yeah, I think this division's a pretty open division, so I think anyone could surprise us. Like the Jags might surprise us, which I don't believe, but they might and
Mm-mm.
win the division. But I think the Titans, they have a good running game, which should carry them through most of their wins, especially the Packers game. And they
Oh
did
yeah,
upgrade that offensive line in the draft, so
yeah. As Taylor Lewan said, he thinks they're going to go all the way this year.
yep. And then, we're on to the Texans at 9-7. I think they lost basically everyone besides, Watson. And they got Cooks, but Cooks is no
No,
Hops.
like Hopkins, yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean,
Hopkins.
they got David Johnson, who in his prime was obviously amazing, but right now he hasn't been good.
Yeah,
But
he
maybe
hasn't been
Bill
producing.
O'Brien puts him in a good system, and maybe he can get back to his old form. But I don't see it.
Yeah, Watson can't do everything. I mean, he can do a lot of things, and he's amazing. But
Hmm.
all right, Colts. We both had them at 6-10. I don't.
This is like, here, I'll go first. This is the
Uh,
hardest team to predict because they could be really good, or they could be like because their defense looks good. They have the best offensive line in football with Quentin Nelson, Anthony Costanzo. They have Eric Ebron, who's oh wait, sorry, they don't. They only have Jack Doyle now because Ebron's a Steeler.
oh yeah,
They have Jack Doyle, who's a solid tight end. Philip Rivers, who's at the end of his prime. I don't know what he's gonna necessarily do there, but they got Michael Pittman in the draft to go with T.Y. Hilton. They got Paris Campbell, and then they got three running backs: Marlon Mack, Jonathan Taylor, and Naheem Hines.
yeah,
That's going to be a good trio.
yeah. I mean, yeah. They're like you said, they're unpredictable. I don't think Philip Rivers is going to do. I think it's going to be a run-heavy team. With the three running backs. They did get
I
Michael
agree.
Pittman, so we'll see how he does. But we'll
Who
see.
knows?
Now onto the Jaguars. Their offense is young. Their offense is young. There's not a ton of weapons there, and their defense is also young because they're trying to rebuild that Jaguars defense that they previously had. So,
Hmm.
I mean, the secondary also isn't great. They got C.J. Henderson. So,
Yeah, after last season losing Jalen Ramsey and AJ Boye, it's a little damaged.
yep,
I mean, right now they have Yannick Ngakoue on the team, but he's not going to play. After his like beef with the owner's son on Twitter, he wants to leave. He won't play. They announced that Fournette will be the running back this year, which is going to be a little interesting because he was trash talking all over Twitter, saying like how they need Cam Newton, and I want to see how Gardner Minshew feels about that. I mean, I hope I'm wrong that they're not going to go 5-11. I hope they go like 16-0 because I want Minshew Mania to run wild with that nice mustache. But I mean, they got DJ Chark. He's great. It's like who else do they have there? They need Josh Oliver to step it up at tight end. Their offensive line is okay. It's not terrible, but they definitely have a lot of holes on defense
yep. It's a lot of young guys there.
that need to prove. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Now on to the AFC North.
I think we all know who's first place here, Aaron.
Yeah, I got the Ravens at 13-3, the Steelers at 10-6, the Browns at 8-8, and the Bengals at
Ooh.
5-11.
Ooh, Aaron. Okay. We are definitely disagreeing on this. I have my homie, my favorite player in all of NFL, Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens at 11-5, second in the North. I mean, second in the AFC. Then I have the Browns at 9-7. Then I have Pittsburgh at 7-9, and then I have the Bengals at 6-10.
Wow. Okay. So the reason I have the Ravens is pretty obvious. Lamar Jackson, he's going to be explosive again.
They got J.K. Dobbins
Yeah.
late in the second round. It's like,
Yep. And Patrick Queen, who's going to upgrade that defense. The running game should be good either if it's with Lamar Jackson or Ingram or Dobbins. So,
and they got Hollywood Brown, Snead, Miles Boykin, who I really like, Mark Andrews.
yep.
They got Nick Boyle. They have a great offensive line. It's going to be fun watching them. Their defense is still amazing. That secondary is, I love that secondary.
Yeah.
Earl Thomas, Marlon Humphrey, Jimmy Smith.
Yep.
It's going to be fun to watch them. And they got Calais Campbell for a 5th-round pick from Jacksonville.
Yeah, that was a steal.
I mean, he's old, but he's still producing numbers. He's doing really good still.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. All right, now let's
so
talk about the Browns. I have them at 8-8. You have them at 9-7. I think they have a good
they,
roster, but they also have a new coach.
I think they have to. They need. If they don't win this year, I'm going to give up on them. You got Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Austin Hooper, David Njoku, Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham Jr. You got more people on the line with Jedrick Wills. You got a okay defense. You have to win this year. If you do not win this year, I don't know what's up with them.
Yeah, they're good on paper, but we'll see how they produce. I mean, last year they had a lot of pieces, but they didn't produce.
It did not go good. Yeah.
I think their secondary is good too with Greedy Williams, Denzel Ward, Demarius Randall, Grant Delpit.
Oh, my boy Demarius Randall is an Oakland Raider.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that trade. Okay, but now we go into the Steelers. The reason I have them at 10-6 is
their defense.
Their defense, yeah. But they also, on offense, they got Chase Claypool to help Juju with the workload. And even
James Washington.
Yeah, and James Washington. And even with Big Ben last year, they almost made the playoffs. So I think they're going to do pretty well this year.
See, I think Devin Bush is awesome. I think their defense is really good. I like Juju. It's just, don't get me, I like James Conner. I like his whole story. He's a great guy. He's not as good as a running back as everyone says he is. He's a little overrated. The line is good, obviously. It's just, can Big Ben stay healthy?
Yeah.
That's my one question. Can he stay healthy? Because basically, if he doesn't stay healthy, the season's over.
Yeah.
They didn't go out and get a quarterback.
Yeah, I think Big Ben, I don't think he's that great anymore. He's like a mistake.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, now on. I have them at 5-11. I know they got Burrow and Higgins, but their defense is not good. So, it's going to be tough.
Their defense is very intriguing. Their linebackers aren't good. I'll give you that. Their secondary is okay. They got Trey Waynes. They have what's his face, William Jackson. The defensive tackles, Geno Sackins, obviously. Yep. They got Carlos Dunlap. The D-lines, it's just the linebackers are a little scary. And the offense, the line isn't necessarily great. He does have 3 good receivers if A.J. Green is healthy, Tyler Boyd is really good, and then T. Higgins. So he has receivers. He's got a great running back in Joe Mixon. He's got a sleeper running back in Giovanni Bernard.
And
they could.
They also got John Ross as a receiver.
Oh yeah, Speedy. Yep. He did better than expected last year. Did. So he's definitely got weapons. Oh, he's got Drew Sample too, another good tight end who's rookie last year. It's just this team, it's hit or miss. They could either really develop this year or not so much. And I think the odds are with that line, it's not going to be necessarily a great season. I think it's going to be a season of highs and lows. And I think 6-10 is not a bad record for the Bengals after last year.
Yeah, we all see how they produce. I think next year, if they go defense in the draft, they might have a better situation there. So,
yeah, they could be good in a couple of years. Same with Miami.
Yeah. Okay, those were all of the divisions. Now let's go on to playoff teams. At the first seed, I have the Chiefs. Second seed, Ravens. Third seed, Bills. Fourth seed, Titans. Fifth seed, Broncos. Sixth seed, Texans, and 7th seed Patriots.
See, I like that. But mine's slightly different. I have first seed, obviously, the Kansas City Chiefs. How do you not go with him? Andy Reid finally got the all-you-can-eat buffet last year. It was great for him. The second seed, I have the Baltimore Ravens, 11-5. The third seed, I have the Buffalo Bills, 10-6. The fourth seed, I got the 9-7 Titans. That running game. And then the fifth seed, I have the 9-7 Broncos. The sixth seed, I got the 9-7 Browns. Wow. And for the 7th seed, I'm giving it to the Patriots over the Texans. Both are 9-7, but I think the Patriots just make it in.
Okay, so now that we have all our seeds and who we think, all right, let's do our Super Bowl prediction. I know it's early, but let's just do one early and see how it goes.
Yeah,
I think
I already
it's
know.
going to be. I predicted this last year, and it almost came true. I predicted the Chiefs and the Packers. I think it's going to happen again. It might be a little biased because I'm a Packers fan, but I feel like the Packers with the running game and less relying on Aaron Rodgers throwing as much. I think they might make a push as long as they can keep up and stop the 49ers.
See, Aaron, I wish I had the belief in the Packers like you do. Obviously, I love the Packers too, but from like a standpoint and like a stats and stuff, I'm gonna go with a Super Bowl rematch. I looked at both divisions, both conferences, and I said to myself, I can't not have the Chiefs and the 49ers in the Super Bowl again. Both teams are clearly the best in the division. There's a chance they could choke and slip in the playoffs, but I don't think so. They're both the most well-rounded
See,
teams.
I mean, I know everybody thinks the 49ers going to go in, but I feel like Aaron Rodgers is going to play like, he's got a chip on his shoulder this season with Packers drafting Jordan Love, and I think he's going to have an amazing season. So, I think I think the Packers will finally find a game plan against the 49ers, especially with their draft pick, Kamal Martin, who's a good run stopper. So, I feel like the pieces are there. They just have to get the game plan and the coaching down.
And my one thing with Green Bay, though, is since losing Balaga, the right side is very skeptical. We don't know what happened. And we don't want Rodgers getting hit because hitting for Rodgers sadly usually like turns into an injury. And I have a little fear that there's a chance Rodgers gets hurt with the right side being gone. And then the receivers, I mean, we didn't draft anyone, obviously. So Lazard and Valdez Scantling and Equinemius
Yeah, we
all need
also
to
did
step
get
up.
Funches, though, who I think is going to be a pretty solid threat. Also, we did get Rick Wagner, who's a temporary fit. We'll see how he does.
He's
Yeah,
okay.
but Rodgers can
Yeah.
extend plays better than I think anyone else in the NFL. So
See, if you asked me that 2 years ago, I would say that. But right now, I think you got to
I
say it's Patrick
mean,
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes and him are close, but I think some of the plays Aaron Rodgers made and extended last year were unreal, especially against the
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Like
Yep,
that one against
that
the
one
Chiefs.
was
Yeah, the
that was
Jamal
a
Williams
crazy one.
play.
All right, so this is the Jersey Sports guys. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, subscribe to us on YouTube, and we'll see you next time.